everybody. I have been gone for about, I want to say maybe a week now. And I told you guys that I was doing a lot of shadow work and doing inner work within myself. And I'm definitely operating on a love frequency. I'm very, very grateful for everything that I have and everything that I don't. And may you guys continue to push through, be strong, and prosper. And with that being said, today I would like to celebrate one of my favorite YouTubers. Actually, it's not one of my favorite YouTubers. I might say that about other people, but he is actually my favorite YouTuber. I want to celebrate RFG's not only the Untold American History video that I'm going to play, but I'm actually celebrating his whole entire channel. It would take like forever to do that, right? So I basically picked my top 10 favorite videos of RFG Chosen One. Just want to give you guys a quick rundown on who he is. RFG Chosen One is a very important leader for our generation as far as honesty and truth. Okay. I see this person putting in a lot of work when it comes to doing research and studying. I see this person going against the grain. I see this person putting their life on the line. And I also see this person sacrificing certain benefits that he could easily get for telling the half truth. And he's not going for it. I see the light in him. RFG Chosen One, we love you so much, man. I believe that, like, literally, this sounds a little dramatic, but RFG Chosen One's channel actually activated my Merkaba. Like, literally, one time I was driving on the freeway and I was watching his video about the escaping the soul prism, and the vibration of his video hit me so hard. I'll never forget it. I was driving home on like a high ramp freeway, like when you can like pretty much overlook the city. And his video hit me so hard. He activated me. And after that, I actually started having seeing changes within myself. So people like to downplay YouTube and YouTubers, and they want to call people pseudo conspiracy theorists, but you guys have a very large place in a lot of our hearts, and a lot of people are sleeping on important leaders, and not when I'm breathing, you won't. So with that being said, I am going to show you guys what I'm going to do. RFG Chosen One is the smartest person on the internet, period. Okay, I've done my research before I made this video to make sure that I was not reaching. Yeah. RFG Chosen One, hands down, is the most intellectual, honest, realist person in the conscious community. He deserves a plaque for the realist in the conscious community. Okay? Nothing that he says is about his own benefit. All he cares about is the truth. Okay, and so with that being said, let's get this going. The top 10 best informative and impactful videos that I felt that you guys will want to watch from RFG Chosen One. Number one is going to be RFG's Untold American History, which is a very important video because I know that the election just passed and I need you guys to understand what you just did to yourselves by voting, okay? Slide number two is going to be the Biblical Rapture Decoded. Great video about the pole shift that's coming up, 5D, 3D pole shift, the split, the dimensional split that's coming up. This is very informative. The third video will be Breaking the Light Prism and Soul Ascension. I picked part two because part two pretty much gets to the point, and I didn't want to go over my capacity here of the 10 videos. We're going to have the fourth video, which would be titled The Titans Decoded RFG Style. This video is amazing. This is who we are. We are the Titans who came back to fuck us up a bitch. The fifth slide is going to be Pluto and Scorpio generations, the real indigo children. This video is basically pertaining to our generation, who we are, what we came back to do, the things that we're going to have to spiritually face. Really basically gives you a rundown of what you're experiencing right now, okay? The sixth video is going to be titled The Real Reason Nipsey Hussle Was Murdered. I wanted to put a little bit of hip hop flavor in there. He's very good at decoding, a lot of these celebrity deaths, and he deserves credit because a lot of people, they're just not telling the truth. The seventh slide, number lucky 7, is going to be Tupac's true identity revealed. A little bit more hip hop seasoning in there for you. The information in this video is crucial. Check it out. I will be putting the links in every single video that I post. Also, we have, I believe it's the 8th video, the importance of mummification. You guys, I really went through his library and collection of videos, and I realized that this is very, very important. It gives you a different perspective of life and death, and it's very important that you watch this, okay? Now we're going to go with the 9th video, which is David Rockefeller, Death Clarity. Talks about extraterrestrial activity and the leaders of the Rothschild, the leaders of this country. With that being said, the 10th video will be Rfg Chosenone's mini biography, where he talks about himself and his story and spiritual journey. With that being said, enjoy this ride. This is going to be a long video. Let's get rid of me because it's RFG's day. And it's my grandmother's birthday too. It's crazy. Rest in peace to her. Okay, guys. Enjoy the ride.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back at it today, and I'm here to go over the true history of the American Constitution and the real history behind the Revolutionary War that went on in America in the 1700s, I believe 1770s. To make a long story short, okay, everything we've learned in school, science, history, all that shit, it's all a lie, okay? And I'm gonna prove it to you today. Most of America, most of the people who live in America do not realize that there's actually two constitutions. There's two different constitutions to this country. The first one was created in 1776, and that was known as the Constitution of, it was the Constitution for the United States, for America. Let me repeat. The Constitution that was signed in 1776 was known as the Constitution for the United States, for America. 95 years later, I'm gonna repeat, 95 years later, there was a Constitution written and signed in 1871, and it was called the Constitution of the United States of America. The Constitution of the United States of America. There's a completely different outlook, okay? When you're talking about for and of. For and of are two totally different things. For means it's supporting something. When you say the Constitution of America, you see what I'm saying? That means that it's coming from America. When you say the Constitution for America, that means the Constitution is supporting America. So, what is America? America, the word America comes from our indigenous ancestors in South America. Amerigo Vespucci was named after a Moor, his Moorish mother. Amerigo Vespucci had a European father and a melanated mother. Okay, his name was Amerigo, a Moor. A Amer means a Moor. And how I can prove this is, remember what I said about the Amazon, about what the Amazon means. The Amazon people worship the Amaru, the Ameru. It can either be pronounced Ameru or Amaru. That means shining serpent. So America is named after the people with the serpent wisdom, the shining serpent. America, Amaru, Ameru, Amare. It means love. It means people with the serpent wisdom. Okay, so this continent, North America and South America, was established, okay, and civilized by the Olmecs, who have direct African descent, the Incas and the Aztecs and the Mayans, okay, and the Washita Seminole Native Americans. Those are the original inhabitants of North America and South America. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not finished either. These North Americans, the Washitas, the Seminoles, the Cherokee, the Choctaw, and the Umpqua, They were all dark-skinned Native Americans. Let me repeat. They were all dark-skinned Native Americans, what would resemble how black people look in America today. Okay, go look it up. You think it's bullshit? Go look it up, people, especially for the new subscribers out there. Look up the Washita Native Americans, the black Seminoles in Florida, the original Cherokees, Choctaws, and the Umpqua tribe out there in Oregon. Oh, also the Califians. What am I talking about? The word California comes from Queen Califia, who was a melanated woman. So the original Native Americans in this country are the black people in this country. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and prove this. Because I'm just gonna repeat what I already said in my Atlantean Lemurians Know Thyself video. It was a CIA operation. It was a CIA operation to get melanated people in America to believe that they came as slaves from West Africa. Okay, that we all came here on slave ships from West Africa. Now, last time I checked, when you put 400 to 500 people in a slave ship and you sail them across the Atlantic Ocean from Africa to North America, that process takes a little bit over 3 months to fulfill. Okay, a little bit over 3 months. So if you have 400 to 500 slaves on each ship for over 3 months, what are these slaves eating? What are these slaves drinking? Where are these slaves going to take a piss? Where are these slaves going to take a shit? If you locked me down in chains and I was chained next to my brother and we were laying on top of each other and we had to be motionless for 3 goddamn months, our lymphatic system and our nervous system would shut down. Go look it up, people. If you stay in the same position for shit, I'd say a fucking week, your whole lymphatic system would shut down completely and your body would shut down, you would die of asphyxiation. It's not a game and it's not a joke, people. We've been lied to. Where is the documented evidence and the archaeological evidence of the slave ships that landed in the southern United States? Where are they, people? You telling me we should have shit with all the numbers of slaves they said they had? We should have slave ships in museums. You telling me after all the slaves got off of the slave ship, you telling me that they just bashed the ship? They just blew the ship up and destroyed it? Why wouldn't they keep the ship? Come on, people, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, when the Moors were overthrown in 1492 out of Spain, the Moors were forced to show Christopher Columbus the route to America. When Christopher Columbus came to America, he saw what he called a copper-colored people. I'm gonna repeat, a copper-colored people. Now, what is the color of copper? Now, we all know what a penny looks like, right? Okay. Now, when we look at a penny is dark brown and somewhat like a shiny burgundy brown color. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the color of the red Indians. That's not the color of the yellow Indians. Okay? The original Native Americans that Christopher Columbus came in contact with were black people in America who were Washita Native Americans and Seminole Native Americans. And if you think it's bullshit, go look at the Washington Redskins logo. Go look at the Washington Redskins logo. It shows the Washington Redskins, but the logo of the Native American has dark brown skin. It's not a red-skinned Indian on that logo. The skin is dark brown. And notice they say the Washington Redskins because when Columbus came to Washington, he learned all of his ways of civilization, okay, and ways how to run and operate a society by the Washitas. So Washington, D.C., and Washington State was named after the Washita Native Americans that were the Black Native Americans in America. The Washita. Okay? The red and the yellow Native Americans are a mixture of the Black Washita natives and the European settlers. Okay? Like I said, the 40 acres and a mule and that reservation stuff, that was supposed to go to the Black people in America. Okay? And like I said, there's proof, there's archaeological proof backing everything that I'm saying. The Hopi tribe.
Isn't he the best?
You see what I'm saying? Learned their ways from the Washita and the Seminole. And the Washita and the Seminole put the feather in their head, just like the pharaohs put the feather in their head in Egypt. Come on, people. It's time to put the dots together. It's time to put the dots together, ladies and gentlemen. So what am I getting at here? The original presidents of the 13 colonies of this country were melanated Washita Black men, okay? The original president of the 13 colonies, as a lot of people already know, was John Hanson. Ladies and gentlemen, for the new subscribers, go look up John Hanson. He was the original president of the 13 colonies, okay? And he was killed along with the other original Washitas, and the Europeans didn't want to be restricted in the 13 colonies, and they wanted to spread out and take over the land of the other Native Americans, okay? It's time for you guys to do your research. When you say America, you're saying Amorica, Amor, Amaru, Amare, America. That's why I hate it when I see people out here in the conscious community spelling America like with 3 K's in it. No, people, you gotta stop that. You gotta stop that because America is ours. America is ours. The United States, that belongs to Rome. That belongs to the Roman Empire, the Vatican, and the British monarchy. They own the United States, okay? Because when you talk about the United States, you're talking about a corporation. America is the melanated people who civilized this land of North America and South America, okay, before any other humans existed. Okay, there's all archaeological evidence to back up what I'm saying. Okay, so like I was saying, when you talk about the Constitution of the United States of America, you're really saying that America and the United States are 2 totally separate things. And they are. Because America was originally a Moroccan country, a Moroccan empire, because the Moors who were overthrown out of Spain went back to Morocco. When Egypt was taken over by Greeks, the Egyptians went into Morocco. Then they set sail over here to America and set up civilization here in America. So America is connected to Morocco. And like I said, all of my Moorish brothers know this themselves. That's what the Moorish flag represents, Morocco. When you say America, you're saying it is a colony in a branch of Morocco. Okay, that is what America really represents. America is all about melanated people. When you say the United States, you're talking about the United States of the Vatican Corporation, of the Bilderberg Corporation, and the British monarchy. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and prove this, people. I'm going to go ahead and prove this. Not only is there two different United States constitutions, one of the constitutions says of America, the other one says for America. Okay, go look that up. There's also two different American flags. And no, I'm not talking about the Confederate flag. I'm talking about the United States Corporation flag and the New World Order flag. The New World Order flag has 3 stars. It's red and white. It has 3 red stars on the top, and it has 2 stripes in the middle. Go look this up, people. Go look it up. It's the New World Order flag. It is the United States Corporation flag. And it was created in 1871, the same time they made the current Constitution, which gives us false freedoms, okay, which are called privileges, okay? With the 1776, that only gave Caucasians freedom to have slaves. And the new one in 1871 gave us a false sense of freedom and actually gave us only privileges. See what I'm saying? We don't have the right to travel to another country. We don't have the right to own land. We don't have the right, you see what I'm saying, to drive a car. That is a privilege. You know why it's a privilege? Because I need a state driver's license and I need to be approved by the state before I can drive on the streets. I need to be approved by the government before I can get on a plane and travel to another country. That's not a freedom. That's a privilege. Because if it was a freedom, I'd be able to do that no matter what I did in society. So they can set you up for a crime, throw you in jail, and say, you've lost this privilege. You've lost this privilege. You've lost the right to own this amount of land. You've lost the right to travel in a vehicle. You've lost the right to travel internationally. Okay? We don't have rights in this Constitution that was signed in 1871, the real one. We only have privileges. No matter what race you are on this land of the United States of America, which means it's a branch off and a false copy, a false identity of America. The United States of the Vatican Corporation, the British monarchy. Okay? Like I said, it's not a game, people. It is not a game. It's not a game. It's not a joke. I want everybody to go look up the second American flag. Okay? The one that was created in 1871 with the Constitution we have now. Okay? There's 2 constitutions. Like I said, one was made in 1776. The other one was made in 1871 behind everyone's back. And they made a secret American flag behind our back. And it has 3 stars on it. And the 3 stars, and the 3 stars represent Washington, D.C., London, and the Vatican. The 3 heads of the beast the 3 crowns of the beast in the Bible. Let me repeat. The United States flag that was created in 1871 is the flag of the New World Order. It is the New World Order flag. It has 3 stars on it. When you look in your Bible and you look up Revelations and you say that the beast had 7 heads and 3 crowns, that means the beast had control of 7 continents and had 3 headquarters. One of them is Washington, D.C. The other one is London, England. The other one is Vatican City, Rome, in Italy. Washington, D.C. is the military crown. London is the financial crown. And the Vatican Corporation, the Vatican in Italy, that is the religious crown. So right there we have the religious crown, the financial crown, and the military crown of the New World Order, Washington, D.C., London, and the Vatican. And that original flag that was created in 1871 behind everybody's back is documented proof that you don't live in no damn democracy. And I don't give a fuck if you're white, black, Hispanic, you know what I'm saying, Asian, Arab, East Indian, whatever the hell you are. In this country, if you are a United States citizen, you are a slave to the corporation, the United States Corporation of America, which means it's not America. You got to get hip to this information. The United States is not America. It's a branch of America. It's a crooked branch of America. Okay? We got to get hip to this knowledge, man. We got to get hip to it because we have been deceived. We have been misled. And I'm here to set people's consciousness back on track. Okay? So like I said, the only reason the American Revolution happened was because the Caucasians in this country wanted to keep melanated slaves. King George III, who was a black melanated man, said, screw that. He went against the Vatican. And he said, I'm going to put a heavy tax on the Caucasians in America. Caucasians in America rebelled. There was the Revolutionary War, and they caused King George III to acquire a mental illness, a mental disease. He lost his mind, and I believe about 5 to 6 years later, he was forced to resign from his throne. Okay, they got rid of him. They got rid of King George III because he was trying to rebel and save his people. See what I'm saying? So when you sing that Star-Spangled Banner and you talk about, oh yeah, I'm a patriot, all you're saying is you're against the Moors, you're against the black melanated Moors, and you love your slaves. You love to own slaves because that's what patriotism was. That's what patriotism was all about. And if you really want to get deep, the word patriot comes from patriarch. The word patriot comes from patriarch. Now, we all know the Moors lived their life and created societies that were operated off of a matriarchal system, which paid homage to a female creator of the universe. So when you talk about being a patriot, you are now a patriarch, which is going against everything that the Moors created in this world. So even by you saying you're a patriot, etymology is saying that you're automatically against the Moors. The Moors were all about the matriarchal. You see what I'm saying? The Caucasians who took us out of power, they're all about the patriarchal system. The Zionist bastard Jews in power that operate the British monarchy and the Vatican, they're all about a patriarchal system. They're all about fuck ISIS, fuck the earth, fuck nature. See what I'm saying? They pay homage to Saturn, the fallen one, the one that has trapped ISIS. So now they gave ISIS a bad name. And the only way they can tap into currency is to print artificial currency with the paper dollar. They have no electromagnetic ether energy because they have no melanin in their DNA. So they are not connected to the currency of the universe, which is electromagnetic energy. They can't tap into it. So they created their own currency, and now they go against ISIS, and they go against the matriarchal system, which pays divine homage to the mother creator, which pays divine respect to our ancestors and the earth. But these patriots out here are part of the patriarchal system. Manpower, man love, homosexual energy, death, chaos, warfare, patriarchal system. Woo! I'm trying to wake my people up. I'm trying to wake my people up before it's too late. Before it's too late. Like I said, man, I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. So the basis of this video was for me to tell people that the New World Order is already here. The only thing they're waiting for is the financial collapse so they can make their one world currency. The New World Order flag was created in 1871. The fake constitution that made us slaves to the United States was created in 1871. The 1776 shit, that has been done away with. It has been done away with, people. Do your research. When you say United States, you're talking about an artificial corporation. America, you're dealing with the nature of this land and the original inhabitants and the original rulers of America, North America and South America. Okay? America is connected to the Ouachitas, the original Black Native Americans in North America. It's connected to the red and the yellow Native Americans as well. It's connected to the Hispanics as well, to the descendants of the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, all of them. We are Americans, okay? And we all have to stick together against the United States corporation who invaded this land, took our knowledge, took our culture away from us, you know what I'm saying, raped us, killed us off, and want us to pay homage to their corporate flag, okay, which is actually a New World Order flag. Okay, so like I said, that's really all I had to say on that topic. Like I said, I want everybody to go research the two constitutions that were made in this country and the New World Order flag that was made in 1871. It has 3 stars on the top of the flag, 2 stripes on the bottom of the stars, and the 3 stars represent Washington, D.C., London, and the Vatican, the 3 crowns of the 7 heads of the beast. And it's already here, people. And those people, those same Jews, you know, see what I'm saying, created the Constitution of America, not for America, of America, to deceive people into thinking that they were free, but they were nothing but corporate slaves. Okay? Like I said, your birth certificate and your social security card are stating that you are slaves to this 3-crowned beast system. The Washington, D.C., London, and the Vatican. Okay, like I said, go look this information up. I'm serious about the information I drop because I'm trying to make a serious change in my community and in this country, man. So, you know what I'm saying? That's really all I had to say. I appreciate everybody who supported the anti-movement, RFG movement. Like, subscribe, and comment. It's Chosen, man. I'm out.
Okay, guys. So yeah, that was a great video. I love that video. Once again, I will be uploading the links to all the videos that I show you of his in the description box when I'm finished. But yeah, you guys. So, you know, I've been looking a lot because I actually, when I DM'd RFG and I told him that I had this idea, I actually went around like YouTube, especially within the spiritual and conscious community, and, you know, started watching certain people, and they did not break it down the way he did. He's very, very intelligent, especially for his age. We're around the same age. I'm 27. So he's either, I think it's probably about 27 or 28, but Yeah, these are the type of people that we need to celebrate while they're here on YouTube, because we don't know how long this internet thing is even going to last. I just think it's really important that we understand there's people that are putting their necks on the line, telling the truth. He broke that down like no other. Let's move to number 2. So the number 2 video that we're going to do is going to be called The Biblical Rapture Decoded by the great RFG. This video will be discussing the dimensional split that is coming up. Some people, you know, there's rumors that it's going to be December 21st, but we don't know, right? So, but this video is very informative and impactful. With that being said, I really hope you enjoy. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe and to my channel, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this king who is out here putting truth out. Enjoy.
Before the elite allow this earth to be taken back to the indigenous people, before the elite allow this world to be a place of Zen, okay? Before they allow, you know what I'm saying, this earth to be a place of peace, harmony, and balance, they will destroy it, okay? They will destroy their own civilization, and out of that chaos, they will create their order, you know, which is their new world order, okay? So when you talk about revelation in your Bible, in your good book, you're actually talking about the Zionist Jews' plan for world domination across this world, okay? Now, what they're not telling you is that the earth is a living, breathing, moving organism. Let me repeat, the earth you're living on is a living, breathing, moving organism, okay? And it thinks as well, okay? And you see, Ogo, Saturn, Set, the fallen one, the fallen angel that took control of this world, that deity thinks that it's going to get over on this earth, okay? On this organism called the earth, but you know, the earth is going to get the last laugh, okay? The earth is going to get the last laugh because the earth is one of God's cells, okay? You can think of all the galaxies as organs, okay? You can think of the stars and the planets as cells, cells of the creator, okay? And each cell is capable of something called cell division. As the universe grows, okay, life grows, and you have certain planets that are capable of basically going through higher dimensions. But when you put it in a term where people can understand it, it's cell division. It's a form of cell division where certain planets, certain worlds, okay, they vibrate at such a high enough frequency where a piece of the light spectrum coming from that planet, okay, reaches a higher vibration and can transport to a higher dimension, okay? That's called a dimensional split. That's called a dimensional split, and it's going to take place on this earth, okay? Your good book called it a rapture, okay? Rapture, R-A, kind of like Ra, the Egyptian sun god. You have an inner sun inside of the earth, which is the earth's nucleus. Each cell inside of our body has a nucleus inside of it, okay? So the earth has a nucleus outside of it and a nucleus inside of it. The sun outside and the sun inside, okay? And when the nucleus of the earth, which is the inner sun, when the inner sun gives the message to the earth, okay, the earth is going to form another earth. Okay, once again, the earth is going to form another earth. And this was all written down in, you know, your scriptures, in your quote unquote good books, because the Zionist elites knew what was coming. They read ancient tablets that foreshadowed, okay, this day and age and what was going to happen. And, you know, the Zionists made their plan of what they're going to do to deceive the people during that time, okay? So once again, This is the God over this earth. This is the God of the Bible. This depiction is known as Yadaboth. Okay. You see right here, Yadaboth is the serpent with the lion head. And right here, you have the sideways 8, which is the infinity symbol. You see? And this right here, I believe this is the Jesuit. This is the goddamn Jesuit symbol, okay? Which is proof that that Jesus is the son of the devil. Proof that Jesus is the son of the devil, son of Yadaboth. Here, right above Yadaboth's head, you have a crescent moon. Oh, and you have the glyph of Saturn. You have the crescent moon and the glyph of Saturn. Right here, you have the planet Saturn with the serpent gods. You see, you had good serpent gods and you had bad serpent gods. Okay? So this right here is the God of your Bible, Father Time, El, Chronos, Saturn, Yadaboth, Ogo. It goes by many names. Saturn and the moon right here, the Saturn moon matrix. And right here, you see his body coiled up in the sideways 8. That's the infinity symbol. That's the Saturnian infinity symbol, folks. Okay? Another depiction of Yadaboth right here, the Saturn glyph again. You see? Yep, and he reigns over the earth. You see, he reigns over the earth. He rules over this paradigm that we live in. Okay? And this deity is going to deceive humanity, keep most of humanity on a very low vibration, keep hate, animosity, anger, and fear in their hearts. So they will stay in this paradigm with him, and he'll consume, okay, their energy and their life force for eons. Okay, this is a parasitical deity, and it is in control of the Saturn moon matrix. All matter, all material matter that we see with our physical eyes. Okay, once again, you can depict the Earth, okay, and all other planets that orbit around stars. All planets and stars, you can basically see them as cells, as the cells of the Creator, the cells of the universe. Right here is the galaxy. You can depict galaxies as organs, and when all the galaxies come together, you create the giant organism, which is the entire universe. Okay, we are living in one giant organism. Okay, when you talk about the cells in our body, the DNA strands that we have, the planets and the stars, the galaxies, universes, they're all organisms. It's all living. Okay, so right here, the earth is one of God's cells. And what are cells known for doing? They're known for splitting, cell division. And this is to keep, okay, life going on in the universe. Okay, this goes on in all plants, all animals, and this goes on with other planets as well. Okay, this also goes on with stars. Okay, but they want you to believe that stars die. Okay, and that's bullshit. Okay, that's actually cell division. That's cell division going on within the galaxy. Okay, so when you talk about 3D Earth and 5D Earth splitting apart from each other, there's going to be the spiritual Earth, there's going to be the spiritual Earth and the physical Earth. There's going to be the Earth of just high vibrational light. Then there's going to be the matter, the material, the matter Earth. There's going to be an Earth that consists of nothing but high vibrational light. And then there's going to be the 3D material matter Earth. Okay? I'm telling you right now, this is Merkaba activation for the Earth. And, we are the Earth. Okay? We are nothing but light that's been trapped in this 3-dimensional paradigm. Okay? So when you talk about the rapture in your good book, you're actually talking about 3D Earth splitting from 5D Earth. Okay? And, it's basically a dimensional split. It's the dimensional split. And this is when the energy from the center of the galaxy is going to be activating the pineal glands and the heart chakras of those who are awakened. Okay? And those individuals, their light is going to vibrate at a higher frequency than the light photons that are trapping us in this 3D paradigm. Okay, the magnetic field called the light photons, the Metatron's cubes, when our light vibrates at a higher frequency than those magnetic fields, okay, we're going to be part of something called 5D, called 5D Earth, okay? And all those who are operating on lower vibrations, who are filled with hate, anger, animosity, and fear, they're going to stay behind. They're going to stay behind in this material realm, in Saturn's box, okay? In Metatron's cube, in 3D Earth, the material realm. You see, look at this. Look at this. The cells divide, right? The cells in our body divide so we can stay alive and keep growing. Okay? So right here, more than likely, you're going to have an older cell, and then you're going to have a newer cell birthed out. You're going to have an older cell and a newer cell birthed out. Right here, you have the two nucleus, the two different nuclei and the two different cells. But see, this had to be produced inside of the original cell, you see. And these are both material cells in this material realm. Okay, I'm talking about cell division on a much higher scale, okay? Because you're actually talking about the light, the spirit leaving the physical realm, the physical reality, okay? So this is the closest thing I could compare that to, okay? So right here, you're gonna have spiritual earth, fifth dimensional earth, and three-dimensional earth is gonna be left behind, okay? And this is what your government does not want you to know. But guess what, folks? They put it right in front of your faces. They put it right in front of your faces. Now, I know how everybody likes to go back to the Illuminati card game that came out in 1983, was taken off the shelves by the CIA in 1995. Everybody likes to go back to this card game as a reference. Well, shit. If the Zionist warlocks who created this card game, if they were really depicting the future with this card game, what the fuck is this, folks? What is this? What is this, folks? The tape runs out. The tape runs out. That means the film runs out. The time runs out. The time runs out. When the rapture comes, right here, folks, when the rapture comes, Ra, the sun god, okay, the second sun is going to heat up this inner sun, and Earth is going to be vibrating at a very high frequency. And if your light as a human is not matching, okay, Earth's vibration, your light is not going to ascend to fifth dimensional Earth, okay? It's going to stay behind on three-dimensional Earth, okay? For all those folks with hate, animosity, wrath, anger, and fear and jealousy, you're going to stay behind. You're going to stay behind in 3D. You see, and right here, here's the Freemasons depiction, folks. They put this on their fucking card game. The tape runs out, which means the time runs out. Earth is fucking splitting. Earth is fucking splitting. When the rapture comes, I'll make them wait. They'll never clean my cage. Now give me some more of ... Tape runs out. Okay? Okay, when we least expect it. And right here, they got the goddamn rapture event right here, folks. Okay? And it says in your good book, that earthquakes are nothing but birth pains of the Messiah. Earthquakes are birth pains of the Messiah, which means that this earth, okay, is giving birth. This earth is giving birth. The earth is going through birth pains. There's earthquakes and volcanoes erupting all over the goddamn planet, okay? That's the earth going through birth pains, folks. And the new fucking 5D earth is going to be born on the spiritual plane, on the spiritual realm, okay? The earth is nothing but one of God's cells, and we are the DNA strands on the cell, okay? So you can either be a DNA strand
that's operating on a low vibration, that's going to stay behind and die off on the dead cell, or you're going to be a fifth dimensional DNA strand who's going to be nothing but a high wave of light, okay, a high vibration of light. Okay, the choice, like I said, the choice is yours. Okay? Okay, your good book talked about the earth going through birth pains. Well, this is what the fuck they were talking about, folks. Okay, right here on your goddamn Illuminati card game. Okay, the fucking tape runs out. That means the time runs out. There's many movies that went over this too. Okay, here, right here, you got the Van Allen belt. Okay, showing you that Yaldabaoth. You see, Yaldabaoth is in control of the Saturn moon matrix. That's why you got the Saturn glyph and the crescent moon right here on the side of Yaldabaoth, because this individual right here is Father Time, Kronos, Set, Ogo, El, Saturn, Satan, and he's in control of this Saturn moon matrix, which is keeping us trapped in this material realm on this earth. Okay, Saturn right here. Okay, this all goes back to Osiris versus Set in ancient Kemet. Okay, Osiris, I believe the real Osiris deity lives on a world known as Nyan Tolo that orbits the Sirius C star system. Okay, if this individual is not in inner Earth, I believe this individual is located at the Sirius star system, orbiting Sirius C, a planet called Nyan Tolo. When you put together the words Orion and Sirius, those two stars, Orion and Sirius, you get Osiris. You get Osiris, okay? Because after Osiris was resurrected by his wife Isis, I believe that they traveled to the Sirius star system, Nyan Tolo, okay? And if you don't believe me about the dimensional shift, the dimensional split, if you don't believe me about the dimensional split, folks, there was a movie called Left Behind. There was a movie called Left Behind, okay? And there was an apocalyptic event, and after the apocalyptic event, there were earthquakes all over the earth, volcanoes erupting, and all of a sudden, people were disappearing, and they left their clothes and they left their material, the material shit behind, okay? Okay? Folks better start waking up and realize who the hell you really are in this universe. Okay, we are beings of light that were trapped in this material hologram, this hologram of a material realm. Okay, all material is waves of light that were trapped in a magnetic field called Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube is a light photon. Okay, very, very, very deep information, folks. Okay, so like I said, it said in your good book that the earthquakes were birth pains of the Messiah. Okay, so these earthquakes are going on because when the second sun makes that full return to Earth, okay, the cell division process in the Earth is going to be activated, and you're gonna see people's light bodies leave the physical body, folks, or you're gonna see people disappear altogether because they were vibrating on such a high frequency. Okay, now I know this is complicated for some, but if you just understand who you are on this earth and in this universe, it's not hard to understand. Okay, all planets and stars are cells of the Creator. All cells and living organisms split. When the cell gets old, or it feels it's in trouble, or it's gonna die off, it does cell division. It splits. It splits. So a piece of it, okay, will carry on and still live. Okay, the Earth is gonna do the same thing. Everybody operating on a high vibration, everybody who's connected to the vibration coming from the center of the Milky Way, their light is gonna leave their physical body. Here you have 5D Earth, and 3D Earth is gonna be left behind with the fucking parasites. Okay? Okay, it's not a joke, folks. It's not a joke, folks. So, you know, I just want people to be cognizant and aware of their environment, of what times we are living in, and how important, you know what I'm saying, getting your temple right is. Okay? So, you know, I appreciate everyone who's been, you know, watching my videos, supporting my channel, supporting the movement since I started. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for, you know, all of you. You know what I'm saying? I believe I was put back on this earth to do what I'm doing right now. Okay? I was put back here on 729. 729. Okay, real strange, because it's one day before the dude who played Morpheus, before Lawrence Fishburne. They had Lawrence Fishburne play Morpheus. I was born one day before this dude. Okay, I know that might sound weird, strange, but you know, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences at all.
Me neither.
So, you know, that's really all I had to say on this topic. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.
Okay, guys. So yeah, that was another great video. That's one of the most, you guys, it's like you have all these people like kind of talking about this upcoming event, but when it comes to breaking it down the way they do, this dude took the cake with that. And I'm sorry. And I tried hard. I looked everywhere. No, he's the one most intelligent man on the internet, hands down. Now, okay, so we have the third video is going to be Breaking the Light Prism Soul Ascension. We're going to be playing part 2. And yeah, this video is very important to me. So yeah, a lot of the things that you guys are experiencing right now is basically spiritual contracts that you already made to come down into this 3D realm, and it might really give you a higher perspective of what you're going through, and it might help you get through this journey. So that being said, let's start with video number 3 out of the top 10. Here we go. Enjoy.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? RFG is here today, and this is going to be a very profound, deep lecture. So I'm just going to get right into it. Okay, right here, it states that the Mayan underworld, the ancient civilization known as the Mayans, okay, their underworld was known as the Xibalba. Okay, it's actually, it says, is actually an incredible labyrinth of underground rivers in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Yucatan is otherwise devoid of rivers and lakes, but the Mayas believed that the underground freshwater pools that dotted the landscapes were sacred portals to the Mayan underworld. Okay, so what this article is basically referring to is how most ancient civilizations viewed this earth, okay, as an underworld. Okay, this whole world that we live on, the surface and inner earth, because technically speaking, sentient beings, you know, living, breathing beings are supposed to be thriving in the inner earth, not on the outside of the planet's surface. Okay, I'm gonna be touching on that information in a later lecture. Okay, but this information given to you in this lecture is going to basically prove that this world we're living in is hell. The third dimension that we live in is hell. Okay, it is the underworld, plain and simple. Okay, when we look at this map right here, this is none other than a Stargate map across this world. These locations are areas of very high points of electromagnetic energy, which are portals for spiritual beings to come in and out of this third dimensional realm. Okay. One of the biggest ones, of course, is the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, right over here, south of Japan, we have the Devil's Triangle, otherwise known as the Dragon's Triangle. Okay, this is a huge grid line, a huge map of a huge grid line of
stargates that are located on this planet. Okay, now we all know stargates are where areas where souls come in and out of in this dimension. So these stargate locations are areas where electric force met up with a magnetic force going the other direction, and it created a spiral vortex. All these triangles that you see on this map, okay, are areas where the large stargates are located, and the stargates are created by large waves of an electric force hitting large waves of a magnetic force. The magnetic force is the feminine force, and the electric force is the masculine force, okay? Hitting each other, which is forming a spiral vortex, which sends, spiritual life forms either in this dimension or outside of this dimension, okay? That is what these spiritual gateways known as stargates were made for, okay? Like I said, okay, spiritual gateways in and out of this third dimension. They cannot be seen with the physical eye, okay? Because they are made up of particles that are so small, nobody is able to see them with the naked eye. We are only able to feel them through vibration, through vibrational frequency. We cannot see a stargate with the physical eye. We can only feel them through vibrational frequency. Now, I'm going to teach a lot of people what spiritual warfare is all about, okay? So obviously, our government knows where all the spiritual stargates are located on this planet. This is what they did. This is what Satan does to counteract our ancestors. This is what Satan does to counteract that. We know where the gateways are to send new souls into this dimension and to send souls out of this dimensional realm. So the satanic government has placed special objects on each continent to harvest the souls coming in and out of this, of this dimension. This is also counteracting the Bermuda Triangle's energy, the Dragon Triangle's energy, and all these other Stargate locations' energy. What they did harnessed the energy of these triangles, these Stargate locations, and the government is doing this to harvest souls, okay? So right here, we have a whole bunch of black cubes, that are being, built and created in certain locations on each continent, okay? And they're not telling us why they're doing this. I'll tell you why. It's to harvest the souls coming in and out of these Stargate locations. That's why the areas where these black boxes are located are not too far off away from these Stargate locations. Right here, we have the Stargate in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. And then we have the rings outside of the black box because the black boxes represent Saturn's energy. Saturn's energy, people. That is why these black boxes are being put at certain specific locations across this world. It is to block off the Stargate's energy across the world and to keep the souls locked down in a goddamn cube, just like the Hellraiser movie, ladies and gentlemen. These black cubes are the black cubes of Saturn. Okay, and what is Saturn known for? Saturn is known for harvesting souls and to keep us stuck in the cycle of reincarnation, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, when it comes to our government harvesting our souls, it's all about Saturn's energy and Lucifer's energy. Okay, the energy of Lucifer, the light bearer, the false light bearer, which is ruled by the planet Venus. So what's keeping us in this third dimensional paradigm
is the electric waves coming from the planet Saturn, which are causing individuals to experience the aging process, and Venus, the planet Venus, which is associated with the deity known as Lucifer, which brings us the false light spectrum in this universe that we live in. It all goes back to the planet Saturn and the planet Venus. Okay? Also, I just learned something new. Lucifer is actually a feminine deity. That is why Venus is a feminine planet. Okay, I'll be touching into all of that information in a later lecture, but this is just going to be touching on proof that we live in a goddamn underworld. We live in a form of hell, and it is our duty to escape this reincarnation cycle of hell, to break out of that, to break the light prism, to break the light prism spectrum that we're stuck in, and to move on into 5-dimensional consciousness. Okay? We have to physically do this. This is a physical, mental, and spiritual process that we have to undertake to escape this 3rd-dimensional reality of reincarnation. Okay? So like I said, Saturn is Set in ancient Kemet. Lucifer is Venus, is the planet Venus, which rules the light spectrum in this universe. Saturn rules the electric waves that cause aging in our reality. So Saturn and Venus, Saturn and Lucifer, can be seen as Megatron and the Fallen One in the movie Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Okay? This 3rd-dimensional paradigm that we live in is, seen by looking at this cube, this box cube. Just like I showed you, all of these black box cubes showing up all across the world to harness the souls from what? From the Stargates, the Stargate locations across this planet. Okay? This is how our government is harnessing our energy and our ancestors' energy. Okay? So Venus and Satan are basically Venus and Saturn, and they are personified by Megatron and the Fallen One in the movie, the Transformers movies saga. Right here, we have a chart showing 0D, which is coming back to 0 point, that Pluto energy, that atomic energy, that Pluto energy, that Phoenix energy coming back to 0 point. Then 1D is that straight line of energy coming from that 0 point, which gives you 1D, and 2D is the same 0 point, but is making a line around, a 2-dimensional line around the same 0 point, which gives you a flat grid. Okay? The individuals who got sucked into the psyop fell victim to have their consciousness pulled back into 2D. You see what I'm saying? The flat grid, the flat motionless grid. You see, and you're getting stepped all over. You see, we're in this 3D where we have an inside, we have an inner space and an outer space. We have an inner space and an outer space in 3D. We have an inner space and an outer space. So in the reality that we live in, we have an inner space and we have an outer space. The people whose consciousness got sucked back into 2D, they don't believe in outer space because their consciousness fell back to 2D. They lost their concept of as above, so below. Okay? They completely lost their consciousness of as above, so below. If there is an inner space, you better believe that there is an outer space, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? There's an as above, so below, and there is an as within, so without. If there is an inner space, there is an outer space. Here's 4D and here's 5D. So you have the full 5-dimensional grid, okay, dimensional grids shown on this picture right here. Okay, we have to move past 4D into 5-dimensional consciousness, which is a long way from a box, from a goddamn box. Okay? So right here, 3D is being personified as the box, as the cube. What is this? This is Metatron's cube, showing that our ancient ancestors saw the most basic particle of this universe, okay? And they named it Metatron's cube. 13 spherical light orbs interrotating around each other to form a cube of light. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a light particle at a subatomic level. At a subatomic level. It's called Metatron's cube, okay? This is how this thing rotates. The 13 spherical light orbs rotate around each other, forming a light particle cube that is giving existence to the spectrum of vision in this universe, okay? Humans see light in this universe, okay? We see in the light spectrum. We don't see in the heat spectrum. We don't see in any other spectrum but light, okay? And this is how the light spectrum is controlled. It goes back to the subatomic level of Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube is the smallest particle of light in this known universe. And this is how it rotates, ladies and gentlemen. This is sacred geometry from our ancient ancestors. They knew how to break out of this light prism that we're in, because the 13 light orbs around this cube are holding a form of energy and are holding a piece of our soul, ladies and gentlemen. A piece of our soul is basically trapped inside of this light spectrum. This light at a subatomic level is encasing a piece of our soul, okay? And we have to break out of this by Merkaba activation. There's no other way to do this. Otherwise, we're gonna stay stuck in the cycle of reincarnation, moving into new bodies and new bodies and new bodies, without any knowledge of who we were in the past life. And I'm gonna prove to you that reincarnation was goddamn spiritual failure. It was spiritual failure, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so right here, we have Metatron's cube, which is the smallest form of a light particle, a particle of light in this universe. This was personified as Megatron's cube, okay? We saw Metatron's cube. According to our ancestors, this is why Hollywood got together and created Megatron's cube, because Metatron was Lucifer. And so Megatron, if Metatron is Lucifer, so does Megatron. Megatron has to be Lucifer as well, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So Saturn, the individual who is controlling the time matrix, okay, the fallen one in this Transformer series, the fallen one in this Transformer series had to be Saturn. Saturn, the fallen star, Lord of the Rings, the fallen one, Sirius D. Saturn was Sirius D. There was 3 Sirius stars that were the original stars that were birthed out of this galaxy. The 4th one, okay, was Sirius D, which was the fallen one, the one who rebelled, the fallen one, and who was bound by its own goddamn ice ring, okay? This is who the fallen one represents in that Transformers movie. He was looking for the Matrix. Wasn't the fallen one looking for the matrix of leadership? The matrix of leadership in the movie Transformers Revenge of the Fallen? Wasn't Megatron trying to get control of the goddamn cube? The cube? Because, ladies and gentlemen, Megatron Megatron right here is none other than Lucifer. Lucifer, who is in control of the light spectrum. And what is the light spectrum, ladies and gentlemen? What is the light spectrum? It goes back to Metatron's cube with the 13 light orbs, spherical light orbs orbiting around each other to form a cube, an illusion of a cube. Okay, this is why Megatron was looking for the cube, the all-spark cube in Transformers. Okay, Lucifer, the controller and the manipulator and the ruler of the light spectrum in this universe, ruled by the planet Venus. Okay, also personified as Megatron in Transformers. Saturn, also known as Set in ancient Kemetic spirituality. Saturn is also known as Satan, the keeper of time and the keeper of this reincarnation matrix, okay, that we are all sucked into, okay? We are sucked into the time matrix, okay, that is powered by this Saturn planet, by this planet known as Saturn, okay, which is known as the fallen one, the fallen star. Saturn was a fallen star that fell into a gas planet and was bound by its ring. That is why the fallen one in Transformers is personified as Saturn. So right here we have Venus and Saturn trying to take control of the goddamn universe and trying to keep the people of the universe, of the world, sucked in to this 3D goddamn cube prism. They call it think about it, people. They call it a prism because it's really a goddamn prison for your souls. Wake the hell up. Metatron's cube is Megatron's cube. Plain and simple. Goddamn Lucifer's false light cube. This is light on a microscopic level, ladies and gentlemen. This is light. This is the light spectrum particles on a subatomic level. So if we zoom in onto one of these spheres, this is what we're going to see, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see goddamn Metatron's cube, and we're going to see it rotating just like this. Okay? I just showed you what these particles look like on a subatomic level. These are light particles, okay, which are really cubes. They're really cubes when you look at them on a subatomic level, as above, so below. The basic creation of this universe goes back to spherical neutrinos and spherical atoms forming spherical molecules. Also, the spherical light orbs that form the cube of the light spectrum. So, as above, so below, the most smallest particles in our universe are spherical and cube-shaped. So, on a grand scale, our universe is going to be a spheroid cube. It's going to be a goddamn spheroid cube. As above, so below. Okay? As above, so below. This is basically looking on the outside, looking in. When we're talking about the third dimensional universe, it's actually a spheroid cube. Okay? Going back to Metatron's cube, which is really Megatron's cube. Okay? And this is why they built all these goddamn cubes across the world to harness the energy of our ancestors coming from the stargates. This is why our government has the goddamn stargate locations mapped out on the earth we live on. Time to wake up, people. Time to wake up. They're counteracting our ancestors' pyramid energy, our ancestors' triangle energy, triangle, okay? The triangle Ale, where you have the electric current, which is masculine, meeting up with the magnetic current, which is feminine, creating spiritual life, spiritual portals, spiritual gateways for spiritual deities to get in and out of this dimension. Okay? That's what these Stargate locations are. They're spiritual electromagnetic vortexes, and our government is blocking it off with goddamn the black cubes across the earth, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? As above, so below. These cubes also represent the universe. Now, I'm getting ready to completely destroy this whole doctrine of individuals saying that this world we live in is some kind of heaven and reincarnation is some kind of achievement. Okay, when we go back to ancient Kemet and we study Anubis, okay, Anubis weighed your heart on a scale after you were deceased and after your soul went into inner earth. Your soul met Anubis. So your soul, okay, was put forth in front of the Lord of the underworld, Anubis, and he weighed your heart chakra on a scale. And then he had the feather of Ma'at on the other scale. And if your heart weighed more than the feather of Ma'at, and you had a heavy heart because you were sucked in to too much goddamn materialism in this goddamn third dimensional box, you couldn't let shit go in this third dimensional box because you love this third dimensional box and you love this earthly material realm so much and you love the money so goddamn much that it actually weighed your heart chakra down on Anubis' scale. And ladies and gentlemen, what happened after your heart was too goddamn heavy to move on to the afterlife? Ladies and gentlemen, let's look and see what's behind Anubis. Right here, we have a deity that is mixed with a crocodile and an alligator. A crocodile and a lion. This deity is mixed with a hippo, a crocodile, and a lion. And it is known, this deity right here is known as Amit, okay? Because when you meet Amit, you might as well say, God damn it. You might as well say, God damn it. I have to meet Amit because my heart was too goddamn heavy. I can't go on to the afterlife. And now I have to be consumed by the god Amit, the demon Amit. Okay, who is Amit? Amit was a female demon in ancient Egyptian religion with a body part of a lion, hippopotamus, and a crocodile. Okay, the three largest man-eating animals known to ancient Egyptians. Funerary deity. Her titles included the devourer of the dead, the devourer of the dead, the eater of the hearts, the devourer of the dead, the devourer of the dead. Amit lived near the scales of justice in Duat, the Egyptian underworld. In the hall of two truths, Anubis weighed the heart of a person against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth, which was depicted as an ostrich feather. The feather was often pictured as Ma'at's headdress. If the heart was judged to be not pure, Amit would devour it, and the person undergoing judgment was not allowed to continue their voyage towards who? Towards Osiris and immortality. Towards what? Towards what? Towards Osiris. And what is Osiris? Osiris is the Orion star constellation and the Sirius star constellation. So when you mix the word Orion and Sirius, you get Osiris. So the individuals weren't able to hit the goddamn Stargate to travel through the center of the Milky Way to reach that fifth dimension. They were consumed by none other than the god Amit. Okay? When you say, God damn it,
you have to meet Amit because your soul is damned. Your soul is damned up, okay? Your hardest weight on that scale. And if it's too heavy, you go and meet the soul eater who eats your goddamn soul. You get consumed instead of reaching the afterlife with your other ancestors. Okay? Once Amit swallowed the heart, the soul was believed to become restless forever. Woo! That means that you become a soul, you become a restless soul, you become a ghost in this third dimensional realm. That means you have to become a parasite and haunt other deities in this third dimension. That's what that means. That's what the definition of a restless soul is. That means your soul doesn't even go into another goddamn body. That means your soul is stuck in goddamn purgatory like the goddamn movie called Ghost. Go look it up. Okay? It was also called To Die a Second Time. Woo! And you got all these motherfuckers calling themselves gods, talking about there's no heaven, there's no hell, there's no reincarnation. It's right here on the walls of Kemet, ladies and gentlemen. In some traditions, untrustworthy hearts were cast into the fiery lake to be destroyed. Some scholars believe Amit and the lake represent the same conception of destruction. Woo! What happened, people? What happened to, oh, we're all gods and we're going to create our own reality and reincarnation is success. And, you know, there is no God and there is no devil. What the hell happened to that? Okay, you know why it got looked over by so many people? Because people fail to read and they fail to realize what's simple and what's right in front of their damn face. So ladies and gentlemen, like I just said, okay, this box that I'm talking about that is being put across the planet, it's the same as the goddamn Hellraiser cube. It's the harnessed souls. It's the harnessed souls, people. Just like the Hellraiser movie, there's too many signs that prove what I'm saying. Okay? This third dimensional realm is a goddamn cube. If you don't believe me, go look up Metatron's cube. Go look up Metatron's cube. That is personified by Megatron's cube and Transformers. Okay? It is what is harnessing our soul in this third dimension. And, you know, to prove that reincarnation is not the soul's goal, right here in this article, it states that the souls had to get to Osiris to achieve immortality, which is the Orion and the Sirius star constellation. Just look up Amit, the god Amit, for yourself. Okay, when you failed and your heart was too heavy, you were ate up, you were consumed, that's funny, you were ate up when your heart was too heavy. You were ate in a goddamn reincarnation cycle 8, in a figure 8 that is never ending for tens of thousands of years, going through reincarnation cycles on the same goddamn planet because your soul failed. Reincarnate, regenerate, rehydrate, reprogram, okay? Repeat, re-education, remedial, retarded, RE, because you're getting ate up because your heart is too heavy. You're getting ate up by the god Amit. God damn it, you're getting ate up by Amit. Amit ate you. You're stuck in the 8 cycle of reincarnation. And all I'm trying to do is break out of these chains, break out of these shackles, break out of these 8 handcuffs, the spiritual cycle of the 8, break out of the handcuffs so you hit your spiritual 9 when you break out of the 8. The 9 is the spiritual handcuffs being broken out of, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Okay? because I was born on 729. When you add those numbers, it gives you 9. Okay, when you add all those numerals, it gets you 9. I'm trying to break you out of the 8 so we can spiral up in the supernova stargate and ascend on into this 5th dimension, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everyone who supported RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's Chosen, man.
Okay, you guys. So, yeah, that was another great video by the great RFG Chosen One. Okay, that was the 3rd video on my list. Now, this 4th video will be, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, this 4th video is going to be titled, Titans, the movie The Titans Decoded, RFG style. And this video is very, very important. A lot of you guys that are, complaining about, which I'm actually working on, not fixating on the gang stalking topic so much, but I had to get the first part out of the way. I know that a lot of people need help with that topic, but I'm ready to move on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't manifest my own shit, have my own shit fucked up. So at this point, yeah. So yeah, video number 4 on the list is going to be titled The Titans Decoded, RFG style. With that being said, enjoy. Here we go. Yeah, you're a Titan. We're Titans, That's why they're attacking us people.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. RFG is back at it, and I'm here to decode the history and the true meaning of the Titans, of the Greek Titans story and theology. Okay, all throughout history. I just want to start it off by saying, to fully understand what a Titan really is, you have to understand the etymology of the word Titan. And I'll be getting to that in a few minutes. But I just want to start this off by saying all Greek mythology is the plagiarization of Egyptian knowledge, of Kemetic knowledge, okay? Our Kemetic ancestors and our indigenous ancestors across the world, they all had pieces of the universal truth of the history of this earth and the history of this solar system, okay? So this is where the Greeks got their story of the Titans. Now, some of their information was factual, and some of their information was just a little bit off, okay? And I'm going to be getting into that. So like I said, just listen closely and very carefully, because it's going to be a lot of key information that, you don't want to miss. So the Titans, right? You had Uranus and then you had Gaia. Okay, you had Uranus and you had Gaia. Uranus and Gaia are the Greek depiction of Osiris and Isis, okay? That is Uranus and Gaia, okay? Osiris, aka Asar, represents the underworld and also represents the constellation of Orion, okay? Isis represents the Sirius star constellations and was originally supposed to be the goddess over the moon, okay? So they had children, okay? And the Greeks interpreted this as Uranus and Gaia having 12 children, which were the Titans. Okay, so let's look at the etymology of Titan right here. Jane Ellen Harrison asserts the word Titan comes from the Greek titavok, signifying white earth, clay, or gypsum. And the Titans were white clay men. Now see, what you need to understand about this right here, and Hesiod's etymology and Jane Ellen Harrison, they are reading from something called Old English. They're reading from Old English, okay? Old English is different from modern English, okay?
So the old English, and by the way, old English is the real English. Let me repeat that. The language and the words of old English are real English. The shit we're speaking now is complete bullshit. Okay? So the old English definition of Titan is white earth clay or gypsum, okay? White clay men, or men covered by white clay or gypsum dust in their rituals. Now, I'm going to show you the old English definition of white, okay? The word black can be traced back to its Proto-Indo-European origins through the word black, which meant pale, wan, colorless, or albino. In Old English, black person meant fair, someone devoid of color, similar to the word blanc. That's why the Spaniards call this pale color blanco, because the true etymology of the word black means something pale, something lifeless, something colorless, something albino, okay? Something fair, something light. That is what black meant. The original definition of black meant something lighter. So guess what? The Old English definition of white means something dark. It means something dark, okay? The Zionist warlocks flipped your reality upside down. The pale color is really black and the darker color is really white. The darker color symbolizes purity and wholeness, okay? Just like the dark matter of the universe. So when you see this Old English translation of the true etymology of the word Titan, signifying white earth clay, they're talking about dark earth clay, okay? 98, 99% of the earth, okay, and its clay, which is its soil, is dark in hue, okay? So the true Old English definition of white is something dark in hue. So the Titans were dark clay men. Now, what is the dark clay? What is the dark clay? The dark clay is dark matter. It is neuromelanin. It is liquid carbon. The liquid carbon, okay? The liquid dark matter, which is the greatest accumulator of orgone and electromagnetic energy, okay? This is what the universe consists of. This is what most of the indigenous people across this world, okay? This is what we have inside of us. This is what the Titans, you see this dark matter, this liquid carbon, it was able to morph into whatever the Titans manipulated it to be. Whatever the Titans wished their melanin to do, it did it. So the melanin actually folded and manipulated the light photons, okay, which make up matter. The dark matter was able to manipulate the light matter. Let's see, this is how voodoo works. This is how shape-shifting works. You see, the light matter that we see is consisting of the light photon. If you manipulate the light photon, you can manipulate the neutrinos and manipulate the atoms, okay? And then you manipulate the molecules. It's a chain reaction of manipulation. And it starts with the manipulation of the light photon. And the only thing that can truly manipulate the light photon is the dark matter, liquid carbon, okay? Okay? This is why the Zionist warlocks are obsessed with crystals, and they are obsessed with kidnapping indigenous people and stealing their organs and stealing their liquid carbon, stealing their neuromelanin,
Okay, so the Titans were beings who were able to use 100% of their brains. They had 13 strands of DNA that were fully active, and they were able to fully tap into all aspects of the dark matter inside of them and the dark matter outside of them. They were able to manipulate the dark matter inside of them and the dark matter outside of them. Okay, you see this right here? This is organized chaos. This is organized chaos. This is a photograph of neuromelanin on an atomic level. On an atomic level. This is neuromelanin on an atomic level, folks. This right here is neuromelanin on a molecular level. This is neuromelanin cells outside of a regular blood cell. This is on a molecular level, on a cellular and a molecular level. This right here is on an atomic level. And this is organized chaos. What is this universe? This universe is organized chaos. Okay? So we have this inside of us, this organized chaos. So did the Titans. Okay? And you see, the etymology of the word Titan means white clay, which is dark clay. They're talking about the dark clay, okay, which is the melanin, which is the liquid melanin, okay? It's clay. Ladies and gentlemen, clay is something you can mold. Clay is something you can mold and transform until you want it, until it becomes something that you want it to be. Okay, clay is something that transforms. It's a substance that transforms. So this melanin is liquid with carbon, which means it can transform. It can be molded into whatever your mind wants it to be. This is what the Titans were able to do. They were able to use their dark clay, their melanin, their liquid carbon to manipulate the light photons that their body consisted of, and they were able to shapeshift, because when they manipulated their light photons, that manipulated the neutrinos, which manipulated the structures of the atoms, which manipulated the structures of their molecules, okay? And when their molecules structures changed, that's when their outwardly image changed, okay? So they were able to morph into certain animals. They were able to morph into certain inanimate objects like certain rocks, boulders, and crystals. You see, this is how Hollywood gets the idea of Transformers, because the Decepticons and the Autobots were nothing but the Titans versus the Olympians. It was the Titans versus the Olympians, and that's how they got the idea for Autobots versus Decepticons. Okay, the shape-shifting gods. You see, and Megatron's cube was really Metatron's cube, and Metatron's cube is really a light photon. You see, and these gods manipulated the light photon by manipulating their dark clay, their liquid clay, which was the liquid carbon, which was the liquid neuromelanin. Okay, this is why the etymology of Titan, once again, white clay men, really means dark clay men, according to Old English. Okay, all right, and this is proof that our ancestors were able to shapeshift. Okay, and when you look at the story, the Kemetic story of creation, that is none other than the story of the Titans. All right, okay, right here, Anubis. Anubis is the Greek god Cerberus, the Greek deity known as Cerberus, who was the pet of Hades. But see, the Greeks misinterpreted that, because Anubis was the son of Osiris. The Greeks just saw Anubis as a pet of Osiris, or a pet of Hades. Okay, right here, you have the Greek depiction of a Minotaur. The Minotaur was really the Kemetic god Apis. the Minotaur was really the Kemetic god Apis. Okay, right here, you see this? This is a centaur. This is a centaur that was carved into hieroglyphic walls in Egypt. Okay, showing you that the gods were able to manipulate their light photons with their carbon and manipulate their atoms, okay, to give them the appearance of a completely different creature, a completely different being, okay? And then later on down the line, when humans started to devolve and humans started to lose knowledge, we lost knowledge of how to shapeshift, and so we started genetic splicing. After we lost the knowledge and the ability to shapeshift. You see, because right here, the Greeks got the idea of the centaur, the half man, half horse, from the Kemetic hieroglyphic walls. Okay, let's keep going. The Greek depiction of Hydra is nothing but the Kemetic knowledge of the serpent Apep. The Greek depiction of the serpent Hydra is nothing but the Egyptian depiction of the Kemetic god, the Kemetic serpent Apep. Okay, the Greek Hydra is the Kemetic Apep. Right here, the original Pegasus like deity, like creature, was found, okay, in Ethiopia. The original Pegasus-like creature came into existence in Ethiopia. Go do the research, okay? Right here, the original Neptune or Poseidon, okay? The original deity over the oceans, right here is Nephthys. Nephthys was the original goddess, okay, that ruled over the earth's oceans. She is the original Poseidon, the original Neptune, okay? And of course, in EP, just like Neptune, in EP, Neptune, okay, the Greeks and the Romans got that straight out of Kemet, okay? Hades, the Titan Hades is nothing but the Greek god, the Kemetic god Osiris, okay? I broke this down in a video not too long ago, okay? Right here, Zeus. Zeus is the god, the Kemetic god Amun-Ra, okay? This is why you say amen after your prayers, because you're praying to Amun-Ra, okay? The wannabe god, the jealous god that only wants a certain group of people to pray to him and him only, and wants humanity divided instead of united. You see, this is a low vibrational deity. This is a low vibrational god, okay? And his father was Set, okay? The jealous god. Okay, these Set and Amun-Ra are the jealous gods over the Bible, and yes, they are part of the Titans. Okay, so this story of the Titans basically went down when the Earth and the Sun were casted out of the Sirius star constellation. All right, the Sun, or no, I should just say Earth used to be Tiamat, and Tiamat used to be part of the Sirius star constellation. Okay, Tiamat, Venus, Mars, okay, and all those planets used to orbit around the Sirius star constellation. Okay, and that's when they orbited around the planet Saturn. The planet Saturn used to be Sirius D. It used to be the fourth star of Sirius. Okay, and Tiamat and Saturn and the rest of the planets were casted out of the Sirius star constellation, and they fell into the orbit of the sun. And
when the planets fell into the orbit of the sun, okay, that is when there was a battle that ensued between Zeus and the Titans, okay? Between Zeus, Kronos, and the Titans, all right? And they were battling over whether or not humans had the rights to achieve godhood or not, okay? So you guys can read the whole synopsis yourselves of what took place. You know what I'm saying? When Tiamat was hit by Maldek, okay? But I think here they call it Marduk. They call the planet Marduk, I believe. Okay, when Marduk hit Tiamat, the remains of Tiamat, okay, became Earth, and the broken pieces of Tiamat and Maldek became the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Okay. Okay, so they're saying Maldek or Marduk, it was really Nibiru. Okay, and this is when the so-called Clash of the Titans took place. Okay, during the same time. All right, now a particular individual who actually had DNA, the remaining DNA of the Titans running in her blood, was Henrietta Lacks. Okay, Henrietta Lacks was a living god, was a living immortal god. Okay, and because of her lifestyle and I believe her poor diet, you know, she grew a tumor inside of her body, and she got it checked at the hospital, and the doctors noticed that, you know, the tumor had blood cells that were completely immortal. Okay, so I definitely believe that Henrietta Lacks was murdered by the government so they could steal her organs and study her DNA, keep her DNA frozen in labs so they can keep studying it and keep doing experiments on it. And I even heard that NASA uses, her DNA on their goddamn space shuttles in order for them to leave the electromagnetic Van Allen belt. Okay? In order for NASA and other space agencies to leave the electromagnetic belt around the Earth, their shuttles have to be coated with her liquid carbon. Okay? Because this individual basically, I read her story, and she basically just had, she had a straight bloodline lineage to the immortal Titans. Okay. And you can read up on this yourself. Henrietta Lacks, the immortal woman. Okay. And this is going back to the Titan theology. Right here. Kronos used his weapon of choice, which was the sickle, so he could kill his father, Uranus. Gaia made the sickle for Kronos so he could kill him and take over. Now get this. Gaia made the sickle for Kronos so he could overthrow Uranus. Okay? So this is the Greek depiction of what took place, when Set and Osiris were doing battle and Osiris was put to death. Okay, this is the Greek depiction. Now, if this Greek depiction is correct, that means that the goddess Isis gave Set the weapon to kill her own husband. And honestly, I don't believe that. I believe it was the goddess Hathor, okay, who convinced Set to go ahead and kill his brother Osiris. Okay, Isis then resurrected Osiris. Okay, but it gets deeper, folks. It gets so much deeper. Zeus, you see, Zeus was not born with the power of electrokinesis. Let me repeat that. Zeus, aka Amun-Ra, was not born with the power of electrokinesis. Zeus did not always have his lightning bolt, his thunderbolts. You know what I'm saying? He was given that gift, he was given those abilities as a gift from these deities known as the Cyclopses. Okay, the Cyclopses, after Zeus freed the Cyclopses from their prisons, the Cyclopses gave Zeus his thunderbolts. Okay, his power of electrokinesis. Okay, and for you to fully understand how the Cyclopses were able to do this, you have to understand what a Cyclops is. Okay, so let's understand what a Cyclops really is. And also the Cyclopses gave, you see, the Cyclopses gave they gave Osiris his helmet. You see, they gave Hades his helmet, which is really Osiris. You see, so the Cyclopses were kind of like oracles. They were kind of like oracles that would help a melanated deity. Okay, basically a deed for a deed. Okay, with the Titans. Now, we have to fully understand what a Cyclops is. We have to know the etymology of the word Cyclops. All right. In Greek mythology, a giant with one eye, circular, and in the middle of the forehead. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what this is pertaining to the third eye. This is pertaining to the spiral. You see, your third eye, your pineal gland, is a vortex. It's a magnetic vortex of orgone and magnetic energy. Okay? That is what your third eye, your pineal gland is. So how can we prove this? Cyclops. What other word has the same prefix? Cyclone. Cyclone, a cyclone, a cyclone. Okay? Like a hurricane, like a tornado. What is a hurricane and a tornado? It is a vortex. It is a magnetic vortex. It is an energy vortex, just like our pineal gland. Our pineal gland is an energy vortex, just like the cyclone. You see? That's why they called this creature the Cyclops, because it didn't even have to use its two eyes. It only used its third eye, its real eye, its pineal gland. So the Cyclopses were beings that had super hyperactive pineal glands, and they were able to communicate to other deities in different dimensions, and they were able to apparate and to jump from dimension to dimension. Okay, this is why in the movie The Wizard of Oz, what was the method that the girl and the lion and the Tin Man, how did they leave their home? How did they go far away from their home? They entered a portal. What portal did they enter? The tornado, and the tornado was the Cyclops. You see, it's telling you something, that these vortexes across the world are actually interdimensional portals. They're actually interdimensional portals. You see, the Cyclopses had hyperfunctional pineal glands. They were able to go to and from different dimensions and give different deities, you know what I'm saying? Different dimensional powers, okay? Different abilities. Right here, Cyclops, Cyclone. They were only able to use one eye, their third eye, which was hyper functional. Right here is a cyclone, you see, which is a magnetic vortex, just like the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a magnetic vortex, okay, that manipulates light. You see, it's a magnetic vortex that manipulates light. And this is what the Cyclopses were able to do. They were able to tap into the higher realms, harness that energy and bring that energy from the higher realms here to this lower third dimensional realm. This is how they were able to give Zeus his power of electrokinesis. Okay? Zeus was not born with that power. He was given that power by the Cyclopses, the individuals with hyperfunctional, hyperactive pineal glands. So, ladies and gentlemen, what does this tell us? Shit, this tells us that Zeus really didn't even have a fucking hyperactive pineal gland his damn self. You know what I'm saying? Because there's levels there. You got to understand, there's levels to power. There's levels to being able to know how to manipulate melanin. There's levels to that. Okay? There's levels to alchemy. There's levels to dark magic. Okay? This right here, what the Cyclopses did for Zeus, was the ultimate form of dark magic and dark alchemy, fool. You know what I'm saying? This is what we have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the only way we're going to be able to tap into true immortality. This is the only way. Okay? And this is also where they got the idea for the Titan Stratos. Stratos. This was the Titan that was the damn tornado. This was the Titan that was the tornado. You see? And that's the whole Cyclops theology. The pineal gland, the third eye, they're only able to use one eye because you see these two eyes are dealing with the light photons, the realm of the light photons, the fucking illusion. We're not this body. We are a vibration. We are an energy, a form of energy that's giving off a vibrational frequency. That's what we are. And we can fully see that vibrational frequency through the third eye, not through the light photons. The photons are just magnetic fields that are giving light the illusion of matter. Okay? Okay, the Cyclops, okay, is really the cyclone. The Cyclopses had hyperactive cyclones in their head, which was their pineal glands. Okay? Right here it says Zeus, when Zeus got the power of electrokinesis from the Cyclopses, he was able to overthrow his father Kronos. You see? Zeus overthrew Kronos because he was given the power of electrokinesis from the Cyclopses. You see? Now, Zeus overthrew his father Kronos, but he didn't kill his father Kronos. They still rule side by side. These are the gods of your Bible. These are the two gods of your Bible. You see? And this is the mother of so-called Zeus, Rhea. Okay, and this is how we, melanated beings, okay, like I said, the dark clay, the true definition of white really means dark, and the true definition of black really means pale. Okay, so the dark clay men, all the dark clay beings, all of the dark clay beings that are listening to this is how we are going to get back to Titan mode. We have to strengthen the bonds of our hydrogen bonds of our DNA. We have to strengthen the hydrogen bonds in our DNA. We have to repair our DNA, okay? Because what scientists are calling the junk DNA is really our jump DNA. It's what we're gonna use to jump from 3D to 5D frequency, okay? And go straight to Titanhood, okay? Because the Titans, I'm not even gonna say Godhood anymore, because the Titans are greater than the gods. Yes, it's a hierarchy. Yes, there's levels to this. So you repair your hydrogen bonds by consuming natural artesian water and getting consistent sunlight daily. Also, we need to be spending time outside at night in order for us to receive that cosmic radiation. We need to be receiving cosmic radiation from the dark matter of the cosmos and the stars. Okay, this is what's going to help repair the hydrogen bonds in our DNA. Also, of course, you know what I'm saying, alkaline fruits and vegetables. Okay, also dropping all artificial foods from our so-called diet and stopping the consumption of blood foods. Okay. So right here, if you think, like I said, once again, if you think this is bullshit, there are certain people that are out and about and are living today that actually have the remaining pieces of the God's genetics inside of them, okay? Some people may have it in the form of intuition or superior intelligence. Other people might receive it in the form of their physical bodies. Okay, their athletic abilities and their physical bodies. There's certain people who, okay, grow in between 8 and 10 feet tall. That means that they picked up a piece of the genome of the Anunnaki, the original Elohim, the original Titans. Okay? Proof all over the world. Giant skeletons being found everywhere. Okay, there's also a video of a former NASA worker saying that he witnessed extremely tall, dark beings getting out of a UFO craft. Extremely tall, dark, melanated beings getting out of a UFO craft. And what that space agency worker, okay, was seeing, he was seeing the original gods, okay, from NIPSEY. Okay, he was witnessing the real Titans from NIPSEY, planet that orbits Sirius C. Potolo is Sirius B, Sigitolo is Sirius A, Imiyatolo is Sirius C. NIPSEY is the planet that orbits Sirius C. This is the true home of the gods and the true origin of human genetics. All right. Okay. So this is my breakdown of the true history and the true meaning of these Titans. Okay. They did exist. Okay. They did have physical bodies. Just my personal belief, I believe some of them do still have physical bodies, but do not live in this earthly realm anymore. Okay, because they're operating on a completely different frequency, and they gave us the power. You see, that's what these Titans were fighting over. These Titans were fighting over their ability to give humans godlike abilities. You see, and Osiris, aka Asar, he gave his portion of humans godlike abilities, okay, which was neuromelanin, okay, which was right here, neuromelanin. okay, which is a primordial substance straight from the cosmos, straight from the Titans themselves. Okay, so the only people who are going to change the world that we live in today and make things right the way they're supposed to be, it's up to us, folks. It's up to us, folks, period. No magical man is going to come out of the sky and set things straight. It's not going to happen. Okay? Asar and, some other Titans gave us the power to be the guardians over this earth, to be the guardians over this solar system. And there is a virus on this earth right now. The reason there is a virus on this earth right now is because the jealous gods, Amun-Ra, aka Zeus, and Set, aka Kronos, they created beings with calcified pineal glands. And these beings with calcified pineal glands are destroying the earth and destroying nature. Okay? And they're destroying the children of the Titans. You see, that is what's going on right now. And we are the only people who can take this world back and bring things back into balance. Okay? End of story. So that's really all I had to say on that information. If you guys want to check out my opinion and my breakdown of the Trump impeachment, you can go check that out on my Patreon account. The Patreon link is in the description. My next videos on Patreon are going to be Iron Sky Decoded and Black Mirror Decoded. Iron Sky and Black Mirror Decoded. Okay, I decoded the Dark Crystal. Yeah, I decoded the Dark Crystal and the Donald Trump situation. So if you want to check that out, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to the Patreon. I appreciate all the supporters out there. It's really all I had to say. I appreciate everyone to the fullest extent. Please like and share this video. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.
Okay, you guys. So you saw that, another amazing video that he did. And yeah, we're at war right now, you guys. So hopefully that video was just as informative as it was for you as well. It's really important that we get hip to a lot of this information because shit is just getting very real.
What this is
and
pertaining.
We're running out of time. Okay. So that being said, that was video number 4. Let's go to video number 5. Video number 5 will be titled "The Pluto and Scorpio Generations, the Real Indigo Children." This video is very important to me because I know for a fact a lot of the things that we're witnessing right now is because of our generation, and it's really nothing we can do about this. We got to be strong, but it's just important to figure out why we had to experience what we're experiencing and why our spiritual journey had to be so fucking confusing and so crazy. With that being said, after this, we're going to get into a little bit of hip hop stuff, but right now let's focus on us. Okay. So with that being said, yeah, this is on number 5. This video is going to be titled, Pluto and Scorpio Generations. I'm sorry. This video is titled Pluto and Scorpio Generation, the Real Indigo Children. I will be posting the link to this in the description box also. And enjoy.
I'm back, folks. RFG is back at it today. They tried to silence the message. But I'm not gonna let that shit happen. All right. Now, I had so many points, and just so much information, that they just didn't want anybody to hear. So they bugged the audio software on my laptop. But I'm back today, and I'm actually glad they did it because I have more information now that I had yesterday. So I'll be able to, give a much more detailed, better lecture. Okay, this video is going to be on the Pluto and Scorpio generation, which are the true chosen indigo children. Okay, it's going to be on the true indigo children, the Pluto and Scorpio generations on this earth. The last Pluto and Scorpio generation that we had was 1983, November of 1983 to November of 1995. Okay, if you were born from November of 1983 to November of 1995, you are part of the Pluto and Scorpio generation. You are, part of the true indigo children, the chosen generation, to completely alter the perception of reality on this earth as we know it. All right. Now I'm just going to give you guys a little history lesson. Okay. But, before that, I'm going to show you what the professional astrologers and, astronomers are saying about this Pluto and Scorpio generation. Now, when I talk about Pluto and Scorpio, I'm talking about the planet Pluto perfectly aligning with the Scorpio star constellation, okay? And this takes place every 236 years. Every 236 years, the planet Pluto perfectly aligns with the star constellation of Scorpio, all right? And, before I get started, I just want to say Scorpio was originally the phoenix. It was not a scorpion, according to our Vedic ancestors in East India and in Sumeria. The scorpion was originally the phoenix. Okay, that's what it really is. All right, so we're just going to read this general synopsis of, what kind of impact this Pluto and Scorpio generation is supposed to have on society. All right. Okay, so right here says those born between November 1983 to November of 1995, as the planet Pluto transitioned the sign of Scorpio, those in the Pluto and Scorpio generation are bringers of radical transformation. Okay, now why would the world need radical transformation? That's because Father Time and his minions have humans devolving on this earth instead of evolving, okay, into more sophisticated, spiritually advanced beings. We are spiritually devolving, all right? So Pluto enters Scorpio for 12 to 13 years every 236 years, just to make sure, things are going right on this world called the Earth. Okay, so right here it says, it is really clear to many of us that we, the human collective, are experiencing a dramatic shift in our perception of reality. The way we relate, structure, and create our future reality is undergoing a dramatic metamorphosis. The Pluto and Scorpio generation have come through at this time to help the evolution of the collective consciousness and aid this change in human experience. The Pluto and Scorpio generation carries the exact energetic blueprints required to create a major shift in perception. However, in order for this experience to manifest itself from potential into reality, those in the Pluto and Scorpio generation must undergo a total metamorphosis of their own individual karma, thus activating the direct experiences and spiritual awakenings necessary for this new awareness to be anchored into the collective consciousness and ultimately into our physical lives. Okay, so this is basically saying that the Pluto and Scorpio generation was put back here to completely alter and change the perception, okay, of human awareness on this earth, okay, to basically destroy the foundation of Father Time on this earth, okay, plain and simple. Plain and simple. And you see, this is why they had to get our parents on drugs. The generation born from 83 to 95, they had to get our parents hooked on crack, cocaine, and involved in gangsterism and thuggery. You see, so them being our parents, that would throw us off track. But see, this is what the Zionists didn't know. No matter what they did to our parents, okay, you can't stop destiny. Okay, for all of the warlocks, the Jesuit Zionist warlocks, you can't stop destiny. So even though you put our parents on drugs and you got our parents involved in a low vibrational, gangster lifestyle, it was still destiny for their children, okay, to come into the collective consciousness and receive the light codes, okay, to help change the perception of reality on this earth and to usher in a new age, okay? Now, this new age is being ushered in, and the Zionists are going to start their new world order, okay? So our generation incarnated on this earth to go against the Zionist establishment, okay, caused that to fall so Atlantis and Kemet could be reborn. So we could basically cause Atlantis to rise again. All right, that's the significance of this this generation right here, this Pluto and Scorpio generation. And I'm going to be doing some showing and some proving, because there's a lot of people out there who think that this zodiac information is just some hocus pocus bullshit. Well, we're going to be doing some showing and some proving today. All right. So when we do the research, okay, 236 years ago, or no, double that, 472 years ago, we had Pluto and Scorpio, and I believe that was 1499. And 1499, Pluto entered Scorpio, okay? And that was around the same time that the Moors were falling out of Spain and were falling and were expelled out of Europe, because there was a great rebellion. There was a great rebellion in Europe when Pluto was in Scorpio in the late 1400s. Okay? You see? And the chosen people of the earth, they fell. They fell. Okay? And part of this reason why our ancestors, the Moors, fell out of Europe, that's because the Moors in Europe were not using their black magic. They weren't using the alchemy, the dark alchemy. They weren't using the voodoo. They weren't using the Hika. Okay? They got involved in a mundane hand-to-hand combat and got out strategized. Okay? Because they didn't tap into the forces of dark matter. They didn't tap into the unseen forces. All right? So this is the first time that I looked over where Pluto was in Scorpio, okay? And that generation grew up to be part of a major rebellion, okay? So let's look at this right here. Right here, you see? This is Toussaint Louverture, all right? Now, Toussaint Louverture was born in 1743. All right, 1743. And Pluto was in Scorpio from 1735 to 1747. Okay? And Toussaint Louverture was born in 1743. And this individual right here grew up to command the army that was responsible for conducting the greatest rebellion of all time. Toussaint Louverture was part of a Pluto and Scorpio generation. He was born in 1743. This is all documented evidence in history. And he grew up to conduct the greatest revolution in history. Okay, so let me explain. I posted on Instagram a few days ago. In 1743, Toussaint Louverture was born. This man grows up to fulfill his destiny by defeating the British, French, and Spanish armies that invaded Haiti. Toussaint Louverture pulled off the greatest series of revolutions of all time. Most of the European colonists who were born from 1735 to 1747 grew up to eventually start the revolution against Britain. But those colonists were deceived. The United States has always been a colony and a corporation owned by Britain. Okay, so even though, you know, it says on the books that the colonists defeated Britain, George Washington deceived those colonists because George Washington gave them the illusion that they were fighting for independence. But George Washington was a free Masonic member. Okay, and he was in bed with, okay, and in the pockets of the British monarchy. Okay, so his job was to deceive the colonists and give them the illusion, okay, give them the illusion of liberty and freedom. Okay, that's where you get your democracy bullshit. This is why you have a constitution that was written in 1776 and another one that was written in 1871. Okay? They had to come out with the truth in 1871, stating that if you are a United States citizen, you are just property, okay, of the British monarchy. Okay? This is factual evidence. Pluto was in Scorpio from 1735 to 1747. The children born from 1735 to 1747, they grew up to conduct the revolution of Haiti, and they grew up to take part in the Revolutionary War, people. The Pluto and Scorpio generation, they were part of the Moors being thrown out of Spain and Europe. That rebellion. Aren't you seeing this? Aren't you getting it? You better start waking up, because this shit right here is no joke. It's not an illusion. This is factual, documented evidence that you can look at for yourself. Okay? So I also put in this post I put on Instagram, the colonists did not fulfill their destiny because they didn't realize their actions were being dictated by Freemasons such as George Washington. November of 1983 to November of 1995, the planet Pluto enters Scorpio again. This generation is destined to uncover all hidden agendas by world governments and to grow into the knowledge of what it really is to be human. Okay, part of our destiny is to grow into the knowledge of what it really is to be human. Our Pluto and Scorpio generation will build a new Kemet and cause the civilization of Atlantis to rise again. The Pluto and Scorpio generation is also destined to completely alter the perception of reality on this earth and to rebuild society after the Zionist empire falls. Our Pluto and Scorpio generation will rise from the ashes, just like the great phoenix after the capitalist system falls. Okay? And we will cause the greatest rebellion and shift in consciousness in human existence. And this time, we will not stop until every parasite is removed from power. Okay? Okay? That's why they cut the goddamn audio in my last video. That's why they did it. Okay? Because I'm over here putting the pieces together, man. Okay, the last Pluto and Scorpio generation that was born, you know, that generation grew up to conduct the greatest rebellion of all time, defeating the French, Spanish, and British armies, the three most powerful armies on the earth at that time. Okay, why don't they teach this in schools, people? Why don't they teach this in their miseducation system. You see, they want us to think that the colonists have, you know, all the power on the earth, have the most power on the earth. They want us to think that artificial technology is power. They want us to think that artificial technology is the power, when really, if you can control dark matter by tapping into Hika, voodoo, and alchemy, you can become invincible, all right? You can start controlling shit with your heart and your mind, okay? You can cause people to get sicknesses and to leave this earthly realm, okay? You can do that just by conducting rituals, all right? Okay, and the colonists didn't understand this. And part of this reason is because this world, this world, okay, this material world is actually ruled by Venus. What is Venus? What does Venus represent? Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that smells good. That tastes good. That feels good. You see what I'm saying? That's Venus. That's the fucking illusion. What does Pluto and Scorpio rule? Pluto and Scorpio rules the opposite of that. Going past the surface, digging deep and looking past the surface and seeing what things are on the inside, dealing with inner demons and inner trauma, okay? It said that the Pluto and Scorpio generation, we were gonna be incarnated into this world, and we were gonna have to grow up dealing with a lot of trauma and past life karma, okay? So to cause this Pluto and Scorpio energy to reach its full potential, we're gonna have to use our traumatic experiences in our lives as fuel. You understand? We're gonna have to use those traumatic experiences of abandonment, abuse, and neglect, okay? We're gonna have to use that abandonment, abuse, and neglect as fuel for our lives, okay? We're gonna have to use our demons for fuel. We're gonna have to tap into the dark matter. Yeah, Pluto and Scorpio, it rules dark matter, things that are unseen. It rules the microverse. Let me repeat that. Pluto, the planet Pluto, the energy that comes from it, it rules the microverse, things that are all powerful, but we cannot see with the physical eye. You see? But we can sense it with our third eye. You see, Venus rules everything we can see with our physical eyes. You see? And we came back to shatter that shit, to destroy the goddamn illusion that is being controlled and manipulated by Saturn, the moon, and Venus. We came and incarnated to destroy Father Time's paradigm on this earth. All right? That's why we came back. Okay? Because I believe, shit, we could have been the generation that was part of the Haitian Revolution. We could have been the same people who took part in the so-called Revolutionary War, okay, 1776. We could have been that generation. We could have been the generation, okay, that, you know, were involved in the Moors being overthrown from Spain. That could have been us. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this time around, we can't take no prisoners, and we cannot stop until all parasites are removed from power. All right? Because I'm gonna hit you with something profound here. Every time these Pluto and Scorpio babies, when they grow up, when the planet Pluto enters Capricorn, that's when the rebellion starts. Let me repeat. When these Pluto and Scorpio babies, when they grow older, when Pluto enters Capricorn, that's when the great rebellion starts. As Pluto leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius, that's where the goddamn revolutions start. Go do the research. Okay? So what does this mean? What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? This means that the Pluto and Scorpio generation, born from 83 to 95, our rebellion is going to be from 2021 to 2024. How do I know this? 2021 to 2024, those are the last 3 years. Those are the last 3 years of Pluto and Capricorn. Okay? What is Capricorn? Government structure, order, law. Okay? Ruled by Saturn, government, structure, order, practicality. Okay? Rules, regulations, discipline. Okay? All the things that deal with government structure. Pluto's last 3 years in Capricorn are going to be 2021 to 2024, and Pluto will be destroying all of the foundations of Capricorn from 2021 to 2024. So that's when all hell, all so-called hell, will be breaking loose and wreaking havoc on Father Time society over this earth. Okay? The Zionist society is going to be under attack from 2021 to 2024. Okay? That's when it's all going to be crumbling down. All right? So I gave you the dates, and you can check the dates for yourself to see it for yourself. When these Pluto and Scorpio generations, when they get older, their rebellions start with the last years Pluto are in Capricorn. Okay? You see, they had to scare us from the only objects and the only practices that can save our souls. The Zionist warlocks had to spookify the only practices that can be used to stop our souls from reincarnating. So they had to scare us from the dark cat. They had to scare us from the serpent. Because, you see, these practices were used, these practices of voodoo, Hika, and alchemy, they were used to defeat their armies. You see? You see? You see, this is why the masculine aspect of Lucifer is our God. You see? Because with that energy, we can overthrow their empire. We can overthrow them. Okay? Tuasant Lovator, Pluto and Scorpio generation, defeated the British, the French, and the Spanish armies. Okay? That's why they had to scare us from this, because this can defeat them. Don't you get it? There are voodoo witch doctors that can walk through fire, okay? That can make it rain by doing certain rituals. That can cause tornadoes by doing certain rituals, okay? That can give people sicknesses and diseases just by collecting one of their items or a piece of their body with their DNA on it. Okay, and can conduct a ritual and put a curse on the person for years. Okay? You see what I'm saying? That Jesus shit is imaginary. That Jesus shit is fairy tale fantasy compared to this. Okay? So we gotta touch into the dark alchemy, the dark magic. Okay, I don't say black anymore, because black is really a light color and white is really a dark color. So I'm not even going to say that anymore. I'm going to say dark alchemy, dark magic, dark alchemy. Okay, dark Hika. Okay, this is what we Pluto and Scorpio generation, this is what we're going to have to tap into. And you see, this is why NASA had to come up with the lie and say that Pluto is not a planet. They said Pluto is not a planet because they don't want us to tap into that Pluto energy. Go look up what Pluto energy represents, and go look up what the Pluto and Scorpio generations, what kind of energy that they carry. And that's why NASA had to make up the lie and say that Pluto don't exist. Okay? Because I just showed you the dates. Okay? So like I said, there's no argument. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers around here. You got motherfuckers around here that think that our ancestors mummified dead bodies for shits and giggles. You got so-called people who think they're woke that think our ancestors spent 40 days and 40 nights mummifying a body for shits and giggles. When this practice right here, okay, took the blood and the chakra points out of the body, okay, and left the heart in here and the organic material on the body to fool a demonic entity, to make the demonic entity believe that there was still a soul in the body. But the orgone energy left the body after mummification. Okay? So mummification is documented evidence of the practice of alchemy stopping a soul from reincarnating. Okay? Okay? That's the significance. Our ancestors didn't do shit for shits and giggles. Okay? There's mummies on every continent. There's pyramids on every continent. Okay? Our ancestors didn't do shit, didn't do this for no reason. And it wasn't no goddamn green, big-headed aliens, okay? If that was the case, we would see the statues of the big-headed green aliens outside of the pyramids, okay? You don't see the statues of the big-headed green aliens. You see the statues of melanated gods, okay? Melanated humanoids, all right? This is deep. This is deep, folks. This is deep. You know what I'm saying? We are the Pluto and Scorpio generation. We are the Pluto and Scorpio generation. And we were put back here to cause Kemet and Atlantis to rise again to overthrow the Zionist empire. Okay? This is why they've tried so hard to dumb us down and to weaken our DNA and to kill us off. All right? Okay? This is how powerful we are. Who was the most powerful X-Men? The most powerful X-Men was a lady named Phoenix. A lady named Phoenix. Hello. The most powerful X-Men, when she enacted her power, she was invincible. The Phoenix, the dark Phoenix. What is the real symbol for the Scorpio, Pluto and Scorpio? It's the Phoenix. It's the Phoenix. We are the chosen generation, the true indigo children. It's time to wake up. All right. Now, I just got word about what's going on with this situation right here. Okay. There's supposed to be almost 500,000 people signed up on Facebook to be part of this rebellion where they were going to invade Area 51. And they basically said that they can't stop all of us. Okay, that was their quote, that they can't stop all of us. Okay? They're gonna try to invade Area 51, but see, this is where they fucked up. You don't put things like that on Facebook because Facebook is owned and operated, okay, by the CIA. Let me make this very clear. The CIA is in cahoots with the black budget government. The CIA is in cahoots with the black budget government. Go look it up. So anything you put on Facebook as far as a message, a post, whatever, that is being recorded and sent back to a database at the CIA, and it can be shared to these facilities that are owned by the black budget, like Area 51. Okay, so Area 51, those people who work inside of that facility, they probably know all of these 400,000 people, their names, their addresses, their personality types, okay? All their major information, okay? All you 400,000 people, it's not wise to put your plans for rebellion on a platform like Facebook. Not smart at all. That's why I really don't post shit on Facebook anymore. I don't. I wish I had an easier way to delete my fucking Facebook. Okay? But like I said, this is a wonderful idea. This is a wonderful idea, but it has to be done in a different way. And you can't broadcast that to the world. All right? Because one thing I will say is the black budget government is 60 years ahead of us with technology. And if you go anywhere from a 15 to 20 mile radius from Area 51, these people have pheromone technology where they can sense your pheromone. So basically, if you go within a 20-mile span, 20-mile radius of Area 51, they will be able to know that you are a human walking at this speed in this direction based on your scent. Okay? They can sense you and track you through your pheromone scent of your blood in your body. Okay, from 20 miles away. So you wouldn't be able to breach that unless you covered yourself in some kind of other animal blood. Okay? And then after a certain time, that would wear off. So, you know, these people are more than prepared. But like I said, this is what our generation was put back here for. You know what I'm saying? 400,000, okay, ready to invade Area 51. All of these so-called secret military bases, they need to be invaded. All of them. We just got to go about doing it the right way, okay? So, you know, that's really all I had to say on this topic. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.
Okay, you guys, so that was another amazing video that RFG did. I'm pretty sure that was very informative and impactful for you guys. And like I said, each video I'm playing here, I really hand selected these videos because I felt that the combination of these topics will really just put you guys in a more clear headspace of what's going on right now. So with that being said, we got one, two. Okay, this is the 6th video. We're gonna get into a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of hip hop with RFG. Very, very good at this gematria shit. So this video is going to be RFG's video on Nipsey Hussle, which is the real reason why Nipsey Hussle was murdered. This is amazing, you guys. If you have not seen this, you got to get up on game. And this one had 200,000 views, so he definitely did his thing. And yeah, today we're celebrating RFG. That's what we are doing. And it's all about you. So let's get this thing going. Enjoy.
Hey, what's good, folks? It's RFG back at it today. And I'm here to relay some very, very deep, profound, and shocking information regarding the death of Nipsey Hussle. Now, this is going to be the last video, you know, I do on this matter. And this is definitely going to be paradigm shattering, to say the least. All right. Now, when we look at what happened with this situation, there's a whole bunch of speculation on, you know, the origin of where the problem started. You know, with this individual right here, you know, there's a lot of speculation going on whether Eric Holder was a FBI informant or, you know, just some street cat on the streets seeking to get revenge on Nipsey. Okay. And I'm going to let you guys know off tops, man, 100,000%. Eric Holder was not only on the FBI payroll. Ladies and gentlemen, Nipsey Hussle's death goes all the way back to the Pentagon. Okay. Now, when I discovered this information earlier today, I was almost in tears, folks, because this situation is deeper than we could ever imagine. One thing I want to say is that the practice of gematria comes from Vedic numerology. Let me repeat, the practice of gematria, it comes from Vedic numerology. There's only 9 numbers. Okay, when you think of things on a universal vibrational scale, okay, there's only 9 numbers. Okay, so when you talk about gematria, you're talking about, you know, looking at every single letter as its own component, and then you tie each letter to a different number. But with Vedic numerology, you break every single word or every larger number down to a single digit, okay? Universal frequency, you're dealing with only 9 universal frequencies, okay? And I touched on that on my Green Lantern Decoded video on my Patreon account, okay? There's only 9 numbers. Gematria is nothing but a branch off of Vedic numerology. So that is what I use. I use Vedic numerology, what my ancestors used. Okay, and that's how I was able to crack their code on this one. Okay, so Nipsey Hussle was not an agent. Nipsey Hussle was an individual who was self-made from the streets and you know, figured out how to carry and hold a business mindset to put himself in the best position to take care of himself and the people in his community. Okay. And along the way, I guess he didn't realize, you know, the true identity of the people in the music industry. Okay. Because you see, Nipsey, okay, this is his death date. But what a lot of people don't understand is, you know, he had a relationship with Lauren London. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if everybody's aware. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's aware. Lauren London, she starred in the movie ATL. And like I've been saying for the longest, you cannot get any major deals in Hollywood as far as music deals or features, mainstream features in mainstream movies. You can't get them unless you sign your name in blood, okay? Unless you undergo homosexual rituals, sexual shaming rituals for females, or the full-blown blood sacrifices. If you don't go through with that, you do not get in mainstream Hollywood, folks. You don't do it, okay? It's that simple, okay? So when we look at Lauren London here, okay, I'm gonna let everybody know that this is your this is your Judas, okay? This is your Judas in this situation. Because you know, a lot of people considered this individual you know, Messiah-like. And what I'm telling you is this individual right here is the individual who's behind the fall of the Messiah. Okay. It's going back to Lauren London, and then it goes back even further all the way to the Pentagon. So let me break this thing down for you guys. Okay. Nipsey Hussle died on March 31st, 2019. That's an interesting date because last time I checked, that is the 13-year anniversary of the release date of the ATL movie, where where Lauren London got her first debut mainstream movie feature. So you mean to tell me on the 13-year anniversary, of the ATL movie, okay, Nipsey Hussle just so happens to get shot outside of his store, outside of his clothing store. On the 13-year anniversary of his wife's debut in a mainstream movie, his wife's first debut in a mainstream movie, the 13-year anniversary of that on the 31st of the month, you see? And that's a 3-1, that's a 13-3-1 ritual. And guess what? It was 4 days before the anniversary of MLK's assassination. Nipsey Hussle died 4 days before the assassination, the anniversary of the assassination of Dr. King. Okay, 4 days from that. 3-1. 3-1 gives you 4. So I'm gonna repeat myself. Nipsey Hussle died 13 years on the 13-year anniversary of Lauren London's first major appearance in a Hollywood mainstream movie. Okay? Okay? That's not a coincidence, folks. And guess what? You see this picture? Look at this picture here. I think this was taken maybe a month or two before his death. Okay? Right here you have Lauren London. Lauren London is on the pale horse. She's on the pale horse. What's Lauren London's zodiac sign? Lauren London's zodiac sign is Sagittarius. Okay, the Sagittarius is a half horse. She's on the horse. She's on the pale horse, which symbolizes death, death to come. Who is the death to come for? Oh, her husband that she's taking a picture with on the fucking white horse. Okay, okay. Look right here. What does the pale horse symbolize? You see that? Death, death, death. Okay, so I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm not talking out of my ass here. Let's look into Miss London's background. Miss London's Miss London has a Jewish father. And she just so happened, to find her way into Hollywood, where, she was featured in multiple films. One of them is extremely famous in the so-called Black community, and that is the movie ATL. Okay? Okay? Jewish father, not only a white father, but a Jewish father. But, let's start getting to the nails in the coffin. Let's start getting to the nails in the coffin. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a photo sent to me of Nipsey Hussle's store, right outside of Nipsey Hussle's store. You see this right here? This is the camera outside of Nipsey Hussle's store. So all the video footage that we've been getting from the shooting is from a camera that is across the entire street, that is all the way across the street on some other block, on some other fucking plaza. Why are we getting that footage where everything is far away and blurry, but we're not getting the footage from the fucking camera that's right in front of the store, that's right in front of Nipsey Hussle's store? Why aren't we getting the footage from this fucking camera? You know why? If we got the footage from this camera right here, we'd be able to clearly see the earpiece that was in Eric Holder's ear, because guess what? This was a government hit. This was a government hit from the goddamn Pentagon, okay? And they were giving Eric Holder his orders to shoot, to shoot the areas to shoot on Nipsey Hussle and how to finish the job properly, okay? So I saw the video that Bro Sanchez did on the matter. He is right. He's 100% right on that point, that Eric Holder was given government orders to carry out this hit. If that was false, people, why Why isn't the police department, why aren't they releasing the video footage from this camera right here? People, that would show everything. That would show you everything up close and up front. What do they have to hide? What do they have to hide, folks? You better wake the fuck up. You better wake the fuck up, because now I'm going to get to the nail in the coffin. And this nail in the coffin here, it just may cost this channel a strike, and it may cause this video to get deleted. But God damn it, I'm going to give out the information anyway. Okay? Okay. You see this song right here? This is what all of us forgot about this situation. You see this right here? Remember 3 years ago, right before, you know what I'm saying, Trump announced his his campaign to run for president? You remember? What's the name of this song? The name of this song is Fuck Donald Trump. Okay? Nipsey Hussle was the rapper who was responsible and behind the production and the promotion of the song and the movement of Fuck Donald Trump. Now, let me tell you how deep this is, folks. Get ready. Get ready to embrace yourselves for this information. The Fuck Donald Trump song, folks. The song that was titled Fuck Donald Trump by Nipsey Hussle and YG. It was released on March 30th, 2016, which is only one day before the day Nipsey Hussle got gunned down. Okay? Now, let me tell you why that's significant. Okay? Let me tell you why that's significant. That means that Nipsey Hussle was gunned down one day after the 3-year anniversary of the Fuck Donald Trump song. Let me repeat. He was gunned down one day after the 3-year anniversary of his Fuck Donald Trump song, 3-1 ritual. He died on the 31st day of the month, which was it was one day after, let me repeat, it was one day after the 3-year anniversary of his Fuck Donald Trump song, okay? And remember what I said in my first video on this matter. I said that this whole thing, okay, if they really wanted to send a message, they would have took his ass out on March 30th. You see? They would have took his ass out on March 30th on 3/30 because he was 33 years old when he died, Nipsey Hussle. You see? So honestly, folks, by looking at this, I think the original plan was to take Nipsey out on March 30th, but I think Lauren London got involved and said, no, I want him to be part of my sacrifice. So what they did was they waited a day. They waited one day, okay, after the 30th to take Nipsey out, because that was the exact 13-year anniversary of the ATL movie release, folks. It's a 3-1-1-3 ritual, folks. It's a 3-1-1-3 fucking ritual. Let me go over so nobody is confused, okay? Nipsey Hussle came out with a song titled Fuck Donald Trump, okay? This song was released on March 30th, 2016. That was 3 years and 1 day. 3 years and 1 day. Let me repeat. 3 years and 1 day before his death. 3-1. 3-1-1-3 goddamn ritual. And let me tell you what's getting ready to pop off, folks. They're going to use this. They're going to use Nipsey Hussle's death as a reason to stage a race war. Okay? Listen carefully. They're going to use it as a reason to stage a race war. They're going to say, we killed one of your black messiahs. We killed one of your black messiahs. Okay? And so it's because of that, they're going to stage Donald Trump's assassination. They're going to stage Donald Trump's assassination, folks. And guess what? They're going to blame it on a black identity extremist. And at that point, everybody who makes the videos that I make, we're all going to be considered terrorists. And they're going to attempt to round our asses up. Watch. Just watch. And this is all going to go down within the next year. Within the next year, folks. Next year to a year and a half. Watch. Just watch. Okay? Okay? And I always knew something was up with Lauren London. I always knew something was up with Lauren London. Ever since I was fucking 13 years old, there would be dudes I would hang out with, and they would tell me, "Oh my God, Lauren London is so fine. Oh, she's so bad. Oh my God, she's so gorgeous." Guess what? It was the truth. But RFG, this one thing you got to learn about RFG. I've always been a red pill nigga. I've always been a red pill nigga. I've always been a red pill nigga. That means that I've always had a mind of my own, and I've never just settled for the status quo with anything. And the first thing that I took note of about Lauren London was, damn, why every time I see this chick, why does she have a big ass smile on her face? I mean, every time I see her, she has this huge smile on her face, like everything's hunky-dory, and it don't matter the situation. She could be walking to the mall. She could be, giving an interview. She could be seen at a sporting event. She could be seen at any kind of press conference, and she has the same damn look on her face. And you know what this is? This is deception. This is clever deception, folks. This is clever deception, okay? This is like the Joker. This is the Joker smile, because this bitch is possessed by clown demons, okay? Just like Tekashi 6ix9ine. You see, anybody who cannot show you their full spectrum of emotion is hiding something from you. Let me repeat. Anybody who tries to disguise themselves, every single time you see them with the same goddamn emotion of happiness,